Dragon Con is coming up, and we have 5 tips and an honorable mention for how to survive. And that's coming up right after this. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Geek Done Right, the show where I talk about whatever it is I feel like. I'm Chris. Thanks for coming to geek out with me, and Callie's back. Yay! So this is our 3rd overall year for going to Dragon Con, but 2nd consecutive time going, and actually second consecutive time going with Ridian, right?
Yeah, he was there last year for his first time.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Ridian is our 2-year-old son, and he is amazing. He's going to be hulking out this year, too. Hulk smash!
He loves Hulk right now.
Yeah, that's kind of his thing. It's kind of his personality, you know, Hulk smash everything, Ridian smash everything. With us having gone for several years, and also being a part of the Dragon Con groups on Facebook, we've learned a few things on how to survive. It can be quite killer, Dragon Con.
It's like a marathon of all sorts of awesomeness and fun, but it really is a marathon. You got to prepare, you got to have supplies, you got to know what you're doing.
Exactly. And so there's so many tips out there for how to survive Dragon Con. Everybody has their best tips, but these are what we kind of felt were our top 5 in no particular order. And we also have like an extra one for you, kind of an honorable mention or whatever. But it's a good one too. So stay to the end. So starting with number 5, eat and hydrate.
So important. I've heard all sorts of stories about people fainting at Dragon Con or getting really sick. So making sure that you're getting your body the vitamins it needs and that it's hydrated but not overly hydrated.
Yeah, make sure to get proper salt in your diet while you're there. You're going to be sweating a lot. You're going to be losing a lot of salt from your body, and just make sure that while you're hydrating, you're not washing all of that out as well.
Yeah, so just a nice balance of healthy foods and water and saltiness, and just making sure you're taking that time. It would be so easy at Dragon Con to just pack your schedule so full that there's just no time to go eat things. So making sure it's portable, you can just slip it in your bag and snack on it whenever you've got a spare minute.
Little bags of saltines or little bags of nuts, some trail mix. That's something that we're going to be carrying. And also one of these. One of the cool things about Dragon Con is that it's across multiple hotels, and within each hotel, within your panels, in the rooms, they have a thing of water where you can fill up your water bottles and everything else. Be courteous of others, of course. Don't sit there and get one of those big, ginormous mugs, like gallon mugs, and try and fill that up. But if you got a nice little water bottle like this, this one's really nice because it has a clip where you can clip it to your bag or whatever, and just drink regularly.
Yeah. Although I did hear somebody just gave a tip about camelbacks, or a fake camelback or something, just a big water bladder thing you can fill up, but that might be why some of the water pitchers end up being empty at the hotels, is if people are filling up those waters that are huge.
Yeah.
So be polite, mind your etiquette.
Exactly. And there's plenty of fountains for you to be able to have access to and things like that. So no worries, you'll have access to everything, and if you don't get it this panel, you get it to the next. Speaking of getting to panels, number 4. As you're planning your schedule, and by the way, I hope you're looking at the Dragon Con app. It's pretty awesome for being able to plan out your schedule and everything, but there's also maps in there that you can go and you can look at, and you can kind of plan your routes on where you're going to go, how you're going to get to that next place. If you're sitting there at the Marriott and you have to get over to the West End, even looking at maps of the Skybridge, there's this really awesome thing called the Skybridge that connects a lot of the different hotels, as well as America's Mart, which is where like all the vendors and stuff are going to be, and also the gaming area is over at America's Mart.
Yeah. Yeah, so people who are kind of spatially challenged like I am, I would really need to study those maps. I haven't so far because I'm always with this guy who's really good at navigating and everything. But there's a lot of resources built into the app to help you navigate, and there's also a lot of really nice people around. So don't feel like you're going to get too lost for too long. You just need to ask somebody if you do get lost.
And there's plenty of volunteers to help you know the way. Just a minute ago, I mentioned vendors, and that's a big reason for you to bring cash. A lot of vendors now are in the 21st century where they can take your card. They either have Square or some other way to be able to, for you to be able to use your credit card. However, there's still a lot of vendors that haven't quite gotten there yet. They don't want to pay the credit card processing fees and different things like that. So that means that it's important to bring cash so that you can make sure that if you see something, you can get that something.
Because sometimes Dragon Con's the only place you can get stuff, and if you pass it up, it might not be there again if it's an exclusive or something like that. So you want to make sure you're prepared just in case they don't accept card.
And when you're coming in from the airport, if you're traveling from out of town or something, just make sure to stop by either your bank or some other place, some ATM that doesn't necessarily charge fees, and get your cash then, because let me tell you, they do not restock the ATMs over the weekend. And especially on Monday, because that's Labor Day.
Yeah, so you got to come prepared. Plan ahead.
Exactly. Bring that cash. Number 2 is so important, and I'm glad that you brought this to my attention, Callie, because it really is vital.
Don't try to do everything. I mean, it's just impossible. And if you try to do everything, you're just going to exhaust yourself and not have as much fun as if you paced yourself. So, picking a few, 3, 4, 5 things a day that are your priorities to get to, do those things, and then anything else above and beyond that is a bonus. And, adjust your expectations according to your circumstances. With us having a little 2-year-old, it's really like one thing we want to do. If we can get to that one thing, we'll have called it a success. And then just be flexible around those priorities and pace yourself, take breaks. You don't have to go to something every single session that's scheduled throughout the day.
Exactly. And sometimes it's nice to just be able to chill and look at all the cosplays. I mean,
there's so much to do just out in the hallways and the lobbies, and
yeah.
Even if you never make it into a room, you're gonna have plenty to do and see.
Take a walk through the Walk of Fame and
check out those vendors. Absolutely.
Yeah, there is an awful lot to do, and I mean, Dragon Con is kind of like Disney World. You really do. You do miss something. It's guaranteed that you're going to miss something. So just get used to that idea right now, because you will miss something.
Yeah, that fear of missing out, you're going to need to tolerate that.
Yeah. FOMO is real. And so don't worry about that. Don't try to do everything. And you'll have a much better time. You'll be a lot more relaxed.
Just come back the next year and you'll be able to do more things then.
Yeah, don't stress. And number 1, make friends. Seriously, this isn't just something to help you survive the convention or anything like that. This is something that even after the convention, it's nice to have those lifelong friends and to help carry you through the time when you don't have Dragon Con.
It's a long year until the next one.
Absolutely. And there's so many different ways to make friends. There's different tracks with tons of people that go to like even some of the smaller panels that may not have the celebrities. You have more of an opportunity to talk to the person next to you or whatever, and really get to know one another and build those friendships over time. Even over 5 days or even one day, you might find somebody, if you make an effort, that can be that really awesome lifelong friend. And it's not everywhere that you're able to find people that have interest in the same niche that you have.
Right, absolutely. I mean, it's a gathering of so many people from all over the world, really. and take the opportunity to talk to the people, and there's even these Facebook groups where it may be a little less intimidating to interact with people in that way.
Absolutely.
And there's like subgroups that have been created to really hone in on different groups. Like there's one for people with kids that we've found to be really helpful. And really the general environment of Dragon Con is one of acceptance and openness and non-judgmentalness, and really trying to be very, very friendly.
It's so refreshing.
Yeah, it really is. There's always the few that are kind of obnoxious about some things, but for the most part, people have been so kind and helpful and friendly. So take advantage of that and try to make some real connections that you can take outside of Dragon Con.
Also, with making friends, if you want a friend, come and come and talk to us. We are there to make friends. If you spot us, please, please, please come and talk to us. And that's actually one of my personal goals is to make friends. I want a friend, and hopefully it's one of you. A few extra tips for you. Number one is deodorant. Oh my goodness, seriously. You're going to be sweating so much. You're going to be sweating like crazy. And I don't care how clinically strong your antiperspirant is, you will be perspiring. It will probably be pushing through that antiperspirant. And next thing you know, the funk of 40,000 years is coming through. And you want to be noticed for your personality, not your odor. And something that I found recently that I think is going to be a little useful. I haven't really tried it yet. Not sponsored, but one of these. This is just some deodorant wipes, and it's moisture that you can put under there. That's the good kind of moisture. Kind of cleans up the area a little bit, helps you feel a little more fresh, and helps reduce the stink. I mean, trust me, whether you're cosplaying or not, you're gonna be sweating. You're dripping in sweat. It's Georgia. It's gonna be over 90 degrees. Down there. You're going to be in a concrete jungle, which just radiates heat, and so you're going to sweat. So just be a little prepared. And then finally, vitamin C, emergency, whatever. Con crud is real. It's a lot of people packed into a small space, so make sure that you are doing the best that you can to up your immunity. Once again, taking tons of vitamin C, get emergency on you, be up on your multivitamins and things like that, and that way you can enjoy the con instead of not enjoying your con crud. Well, that's going to wrap things up for this episode of Geek Done Right. Hey, are you going to Dragon Con? Do you have any tips that we didn't mention? Let us know in the comment section down below, and please make sure to smash that like button. Go all dragon on it. Hit that notification bell so that you can know when new episodes are coming, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because there's more videos coming from Geek Done Right, especially with Dragon Con. So excited! All right, until next time, y'all take it easy. Peace.